Welcome to the Numerology and the Astrology for November 22nd, 2020. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 10, or the number 1. The 10 is the number of radiance, power, boldness, courage. The number 1 is the number of individuality, humility, authenticity, and realness. I always find that when I'm in one of these days that I kind of bounce back and forth between both. And how is there great power in humility, such as the Dalai Lama, that he's not pompous and arrogant, but he carries with him a sense of certainty and a great center that allows him to radiate, which is the number 10, forward. And yet it comes from a real authentic core and a real humble self. I think our society doesn't always appreciate humbleness and authenticity and sincerity. It's like we're really attracted to power and pomp and ceremony and people who come across in a way that we want to emulate in different ways. But over and over again, the older I get, the more I recognize that almost always behind all of that fluff is insecurity and self-doubt. And I know even with myself that it's like, when I was a ballet dancer, I was an amazing ballet dancer. But there's always that insecurity that is kind of driving everything forward, and it kind of pushes you to try harder and harder and harder all the time. And there's also then never a satisfaction. You never have sort of a sense of completion and satisfaction because of that. And when you strip away the overt signs of power and you step into authentic expression, what happens is that you actually feel more authentic and you feel calmer. You don't feel like you have to impress anybody anymore. And so, for me, being at the age of 60, it's sort of like, been there, done that. It's like I've done big, massive, amazing, powerful, influential kinds of things. And the older I get, the more I just want to share. I just want to share what I know and the wisdoms that I know and what I've experienced without any agenda, without like anybody needing anything from me. So, it's one of the reasons that I do this the way I do this, and I give this out for free. And I've been doing this for years. I did a Catalyst article, and I try and give out to a lot of people that might be reading with the Catalyst, and then I do it with clients too. It's like, take more time and not have them pay for it, but just, realize that they need more time. And so if I have the time to kind of give that to people. So I think we're in a society where we need to start looking at, it's not about what we're going to get, but it's actually what we have to give. And everybody's heard that phrase like a million times. I mean, they really have. They've heard it over and over again. But I think that, the last recent history has really shown us that, and I say this in my channeling classes, that anyone can learn a magical skill. Not everyone can use it with integrity. And we're all down here being human, and we're all down here learning our particular lessons. And that does not mean, because you're not perfect, that you don't have something to offer and that you don't have something to give. But I think it's also a societal consciousness shift where we recognize that maybe we should value authenticity more than anything. And I know that people that have gone on spiritual quests and have worked with different teachers and gurus over and over again, what seems to be the thing that impresses them the most is that they say, I met this person who had more integrity than me, had more authenticity than me, was more congruent in their energy field than me. They were comfortable to be around. They were easy to talk to and connect with. And so that's why I followed them. And I think that as you evolve on a consciousness level, you're less impressed by the stuff and you're more impressed by the person or the essence that's there. So, as you can tell, today we did my blog at the beginning. And so now we're going to dive more into this numerology. So the number 10 indicates that it is a time to try something new. And I want you to notice the patterns that repeat and make a choice to do something else. It is hard to steer a boat in a storm if it is in cruise control. And it is not the wisest choice either. While the storm seems to be ebbing, we are not out of the chaos yet, nor is the storm over. And that is when new and interesting approaches expand our skill set and give us options when we don't know we are going to need them. I find it interesting that just when we need something, it is as if the universe can anticipate it most of the time, and it is either right there as a solution or it comes quickly after needing it. So today, open up to the magic and the synchronicity that is life, and let it lead you and guide you forward in a powerful and conscious way. The astrology today. I personally love the softness of the Pisces moon for the next few days. It makes me want to curl up with a blanket and hot cocoa by the fireplace. Spiritual conversations are more and more important as we move towards the holidays. The Sun and Mercury are a bit challenged in Mars, and it can make some say and do things that they may regret later. It is probably best to not make command decisions right now. There is an underlying insecurity and fear that keeps putting things into a slightly off feeling. It is tough to get comfortable and relaxed. There is a desire to choose and get something, anything, to some sort of resolution. But put it off instead. Now is not the time. I know that people are not really listening, and so anything we say seems to not go anywhere we wanted or expected. It's best to keep our own counsel for the next few weeks. There is a type of tension that just does not seem to go away. Sit with that tension and do not try to get rid of it. First, that tension is coming from the external world. Keep centered. Direct energy from a place of clarity rather than strain. Know that arguments can erupt, and the flow improves as the day progresses. So I got this video out today because I've got 30 things I'm doing, and so I did not manage to get a quote today. So, I think my quote today should be what I said earlier. It's like, anyone can learn a magical skill. Not everyone can use it with integrity. Thanks, everyone. Bye.